Alex got a taxi and quickly arrived at the airport terminal. When she saw him, Melissa waved excitedly. Alex sighed and walked over to her. When he saw the bruises on the corner of her mouth, he was quite surprised. He thought her foot or arm would be injured. He would never have suspected that her mouth injury was caused by Justin. "Let's go. Where is your home?" He picked up her luggage and walked with her to the side of the road. They called a taxi and drove to her building. He helped her carry her luggage up to her apartment where she lived alone. "Thank you so much, Alex. Let's have dinner together. I'll make it." She looked at him passionately. "No need. If there is nothing else, I'll be leaving." With that, he walked toward the door. "Wait a minute," she shouted excitedly. How could she miss such a good opportunity? Looking at the bewildered Alex, her mind was a mess. "Drink some water before you leave, then I won't feel so bad. After all, you've helped me so much." Sure, he said and nodded. Seeing her expression, he could see that she felt quite uncomfortable not thanking him properly. "All right then, you sit here. I'll go get you some water," she said. She was overjoyed when she heard him agree. She took a glass out of the cupboard and noticed that he was looking at his phone. She secretly took out the bottle from Lou and poured some powder into the glass. She filled the glass with some water and swirled it around a little until the powder dissolved, then filled up the rest of the glass and brought it over to Alex. "Thank you," he said and gulped down all the water at once. "All right, I'll be going now." When he stood up, he felt a heavy weight on his head and sat back down on the sofa. "Alex, what are you doing?" she asked him with concern. "It's fine." He didn't know that she had drugged him, so he thought it was his fault. He scratched his head to resist for a while, but in the end he couldn't hold on anymore and slowly fell asleep on the sofa. "Alex? Alex?" She called out a few times beside his ear. He didn't react at all. The corner of her mouth curved up. She put her hands under his armpits and slowly dragged his heavy body toward her bedroom. At the same time, Lou had used his fake friend identity to trick Debbie into eating a meal with him at a restaurant. Before the meal was finished, she had already passed out at the table. Up until that moment, Lou had been pretending to be a humble gentleman. Only then did he reveal a wicked smile. He quickly paid the bill, put his arm around her shoulder and helped her walk to the car, and drove straight to a hotel that he frequented. Nearly carrying her, he hurried into the hotel room. He pushed the semi-unconscious Debbie onto the round bed, causing her to fall onto it. But she didn't react at all, as if she was asleep. He quickly took off and walked toward the bathroom. After washing up, he used a white towel to dry himself while walking out of the bathroom barefoot. He threw the towel on the floor, turned on his phone's camera, and pointed it toward the bed. Seeing her mouth slightly open, with her bright pink tongue and white teeth, caused his eyes to open wider and wider. Lou couldn't hold it anymore. Bang, bang, bang! A knock on the door to the room sounded like thunder. He thought it was one of the hotel's staff, so he shouted, "I don't need anything, don't bother me." Bang, bang, bang! The pounding on the door wouldn't stop, and it seemed to have become more forceful. "Do you not understand human speech?" He roared in anger. "Lou, try cursing me again." A voice more confident than his sounded from outside. When he heard this voice, the excitement in his body disappeared. It was replaced by panic. The person shouting outside was his wife. He could only live such a leisurely life with the support of his wife's family. Without his wife, even eating would be a problem for him. "Wifey, why are you here?" he asked as he quickly got off the bed. If his wife saw that he was having a secret affair, he would be done for. "Wait a moment, I just finished my shower." Listening to his wife pounding on the door, he was scared out of his wits. He carried Debbie in a panic. He tore off the bed sheets and tied the sheets around her armpits. Now he had no choice but to hide her. He had done this before during an affair with someone else when his wife came back. This was the 4th floor. Lou hung Debbie out of the window, by tying one end of the bedsheet to the open frame and closed the window. There was a sill outside, and as long as the window was not opened, she wouldn't fall down. He pulled the curtain, quickly pulled the covers over the bed, and rearranged the pillows, put away his phone, and opened the door for his wife. She came in and hit him on the head a few times. Then she asked him why he hadn't come home. Lou told a few lies, and his wife searched around the room. She didn't find anyone else, so she somewhat trusted his words. "I'll sleep here tonight as well," his wife said as she stared at him. When she saw that the curtains were drawn tightly, she frowned and asked, "Why have you pulled the curtains together? It's better to enjoy the night scenery." As he spoke, she walked up to the curtains and pulled them open. "What is?" His wife saw the sheets stuck in the window. "Don't move." Lou couldn't help but yell out loud. He rushed over to stop her, but she had already opened the window. The two of them simultaneously looked down as a white shadow fell, landing on the ground with a thud. "Lou," his wife pointed at him and cursed. "I'll explain it to you when we get back." Now that Debbie had fallen, he wasn't scheming about cheating. It was more important for him to find out what had happened to her. Did she fall to her death? He thought. "Why are you still standing there? Hurry up and go down!" his wife also shouted. The couple hurriedly ran out of the room and went straight down the stairs. It took them 3 or 4 minutes to reach the ground outside the room's window. But when they got there, they were both stunned. There was no one on the ground. The road was quiet, as if nothing had happened. "Lou? Where is she?" His wife didn't understand what was going on. "How should I know? Maybe she was taken to the hospital by a passing car, or maybe someone else saved her." He was extremely nervous. If Debbie was sent to the hospital, she would definitely find out about him. "Let's go home," he said in confusion. His wife scolded him angrily. "What do you think I should do? Don't forget, it's because of you that she fell down," he said fiercely to her. The two of them checked out of the hotel and went home. Several cars had driven by in that quiet road, and the hotel staff had come out to see what the commotion had been about. However, no one had noticed that a girl had fallen from a 4th-floor window. The following day, Alex opened his eyes with a fearful feeling that he couldn't shake off. The previous night, he had a nightmare, and he was still in a state of agitation. Then in an instant, he realized that he wasn't in the dormitory. "Where am I?" he thought. He turned his head to the side and found a woman leaning on his chest with his body trembled. He sat up and discovered that his heart jumped. He felt cold. "Alex, you're awake," Melissa whispered, as she also sat up. He turned his head and remembered that he had gone to help her with the luggage the previous night, then drank a glass of water. After the water, his brain felt heavier and heavier until he finally couldn't remember anything anymore. "You did this on purpose. You drugged me," he said angrily. "That's right, I did it on purpose," she admitted. He cursed. How could he explain to Debbie that this woman would use such a despicable method to ensnare him? "You can scold me, but you might not know that I've liked you since the first time I saw you. But every time you came to send Debbie off, you didn't even look at me. I'm jealous. I'm not worse than Debbie. Why did she get you and not me?" She started to make excuses for her actions. "Just pretend this never happened. If you let Debbie know about this, I'll make you regret it. From now on, you'll be you and I'll be me. Don't ever show your face in front of me again," he said to her coldly. As he said that, "Alex, how can you treat me like this? I've handed myself over to you," she said as she sobbed behind him. He turned around and saw her slowly lifting up the blanket. There was a glaring red patch on the white bedsheet.
Please subscribe to the Pocket FM YouTube channel and press the bell icon for instant notification. Check out our channel for more such exciting shows.